Marvis got lit another one.
Yeah! DC! DC! Nobody? Alright.
Yo, what's good, man? You are now back RTTV, baby.
Gang, gang, gang.
And if it's your first time here, definitely won't be a last. Make sure you kill, murder, and
Smash.
that subscribe button, man. And we are back, fresh off of watching the new Batman movie, man.
Fresh.
Yo, it was a very, very interesting take on Batman. We had year 2 Batman, Vengeance. What did you guys feel off of the first watch, of the first reaction seeing that movie, man?
I thought it was a really good movie, man. I feel like it really led us into the mind of a younger, in a dark place, Bruce Wayne, and his psychology of why he's Batman, and I feel like it was an intro to the world of Gotham that we're going to be seeing in the next few years in these movies.
Honestly, I thought the movie was cool. There was some corny dialogues from time to time. Commissioner Gordon, I wasn't really rocking with Commissioner Gordon like that.
I don't understand
I feel like,
that.
I feel like
thought it was
Commissioner
good.
Gordon was really young right there, because like the Commissioner Gordon we see a lot more is like the
It's not even the
esteemed
fact that he
Commissioner
was
Gordon,
young.
Like,
It was
it's
just
like Commissioner Gordon younger in his career.
It was just some of the things that he was doing, but I also do understand why he was doing some of those things too. But shout out to Penguin, he killed his scenes. But like overall, it was a cool movie.
It was cool.
And the fight scenes were crazy.
Yeah, it was a good fight. I feel like the way it was shot was really dope. That's one thing I can say was really dope. Like, especially that chase scene with Batman and Penguin. I feel like the way they did the rear view camera, rear view mirror and everything, that shit was cold. Like, sometimes I feel like the movie was like an extended version that didn't need to be extended.
Nah, it was too long. I'll
You
agree
feel
with
me?
that, yeah.
I feel like they really try to get detailed in certain parts, but like I feel like there was moments where I'm like, nigga, I get it. But but overall, I think it was a good movie and shit. Like, it was like a young Gotham too, because I feel like there was moments that I feel like they was fearing Batman way more than the police and shit like that. And I think Batman was realizing like, yo, I think I'm going more off of fear than people actually respecting me. And at the end, you notice how like people was actually kind of scared to like allow them to get help from him and shit. Now it transitioned to the people actually like, all right, Batman, I can fuck with you a little bit more.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson definitely did his thing. He definitely gave a different take, and it was more darker. This is probably not one of the ones that you probably bring your kids to see. I feel like he was more like Michael Myers. Like he was showing like I don't know. He seemed really unstable as Batman. I think that was a different way of looking at it. I think it was probably the more dull way. I kind of liked the balance between. I'm picky with my Batmans, so I'm really like Christian Bale's Batman, because I feel like he was more the Bruce Wayne I liked, and I feel like the Bruce Wayne in here was very was so dark. I didn't see the bachelor Bruce Wayne that I'm used to, like the fake persona that he gives to people so that they don't go onto his trail. I feel like the persona he had here now is more like you might see that, and not only that too. I like the storyline of the villains too, like how his father was corrupt. Like, it was just a lot of different stuff, like bringing up the past. And then his chemistry with Catwoman was dope. I think Catwoman did good. I don't know. I think she was just a little too small. I don't know. It was just something. She did good, but it was just something off about her Catwoman. But overall, I did like their chemistry.
You know what's crazy that I feel about this movie? I thought, one, it was a much darker take. I thought it was more of a psychological detective movie versus
100%.
like the comic shit we're used to watching. And I thought it was like interesting because it's Bruce Wayne like making that transition from like vigilante to hero. Like, you could tell he's trying to figure out where he stands with shit. Like, the cops are dead scared of him. The cop, or don't fuck with him. I shouldn't say dead scared of him, but they do not
Gordon's
fuck with him.
bringing that nigga to every single crime
They're like,
scene.
why are
Niggas
you
like,
why
yo,
are you
my
bringing
nigga,
him, bro?
Who's this masked nigga you just got every time you got?
If I was the cops, I would be saying the same exact shit too. Like, why do you keep bringing this nigga to our crime scenes?
Nah.
Yeah,
The
like
the only reason they're bugging is because, yo, you could say that, but it's like the person that's actually solving shit, you gonna be
No,
mad.
but I'm saying you gotta be.
What are y'all
There's a
doing?
cer-
You
there's
gotta
a
be
certain way
low
to
But,
do
like,
it, though.
there's a
You
certain
can't
way.
Just be
Yeah.
out like it's normal. Like that's it. Just
Yeah,
have somebody that's
but-
not
Yeah.
went to school or nothing for it. Yeah.
No, yeah, because he real deal. He's taking away what the cops are doing. Because
Exactly.
that's why Riddler felt like he could do what he was doing because Batman was kind of
Yeah.
taking matters of justice in his own hands.
Even though he
You
was
know what I'm
successful.
saying? That's why the Riddler, he exposed everybody in his own way. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He killed them too, but he exposed the truth about what was going on in politics and in the city. So I feel like he used Batman the entire movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts.
That was
Batman
dope.
took out in that movie.
Yeah, I feel that way
yeah.
too.
And yeah, nah, he definitely used Batman throughout the whole entire movie because the slips were pretty much meant for Batman to go to those crime scenes.
Yeah.
So they had pretty much at a point in time, they had no choice but to bring Batman around because everything was, those people wouldn't have been able to decode those messages. Even though he did it, they did it very, and I understand why they did it a little bit more bluntly now because a lot of those hints were like in the middle of the crime scene rather than something Commissioner Gordon could just take and be like, all right, hey, come to my office. Let's talk for a little bit. And then you disappear. You know what I'm saying? But it was just, I think it was just a different approach on how they do it. Because he did look crazy at times. Walking through, you're wearing a big ass black costume, like with a whole bunch of cops in a crime scene. It's like, who is this nigga? Like, I probably would have said word for word. Like, who is he?
Nah, I chuckled a couple of times in my head. Like, I'm like, this nigga really in a costume, bro.
It's funny because they have people in the movie would literally be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
I'm like, that's actually real, yo.
Bro, that man was walking like the Undertaker with the Michael Myers boots, bro. Yo, it was just mad funny because, like, especially towards the beginning of the movie, it's like he be walking around so cocky with it. Like, yo, them cops be like, who is he? He be like,
I know you heard of me.
please, bro. Like, give me my shit, bro. It says to the Batman. What's your name? Martinez? It ain't to you, nigga. Give me that shit.
That's the
Like,
one thing that they did pretty good too, though, because they had a lot of scenes where like Bruce Wayne and Batman were in the same setting, and they seen an interaction that was different between each person. Like in like you seen that Martinez, you seen two different interactions. You seen the interaction of him and Batman. He's like, "Yo, why the fuck is he here?" Then you see the interaction of Bruce Wayne and Martinez. He's like, "Hey, that's Bruce Wayne, yo. What's up, Bruce Wayne?" It's cool to see how they show the parallel of both Bruce Wayne and Batman with different characters and shit like that.
And it was cool to get the perspective on how DC calls Batman the world's greatest detective. We got the perspective of Batman as a detective versus Batman as a superhero too. So I like that they were able to do a little spin with that rather than, that's probably why he was even out in the open more, like in the middle of the club just doing detective work at the end of
This
the
is
day.
Batman CSI.
Yeah, CSI Batman.
Yeah, they definitely needed him, but I understand what you guys mean in terms of like they probably should have did it another way. Because obviously we see that like at the end of the movie, if it wasn't for Batman, all of Gotham is dead, son.
Yeah.
Like it is over. If Martinez ain't never say, "Yo, that's a carpet shit," and he was like, "Carpet shit," and it rips into like everybody be chalked right now.
Facts.
So I feel like we watch Batman like really find out where he stands because like his long like monologue at the end, like, yo, I can't be about vengeance because if I'm about vengeance, they're gonna be about vengeance. Yo, I gotta figure out how I do this shit the right way because I can't. That's not what I can stand for and do what I do because it's not gonna work.
Yep.
Because it's just gonna create the Riddler and shit like that. So I think it was dope watching him go through that. And the way that they portrayed a dark, like how dark they made Gotham too, like how they built that shit, like the Iceberg Club, or I forgot what it's
Iceberg
called.
Lounge.
Iceberg Lounge. How they like were able to like create that whole syndicate vibe. Like I thought it was really dope how they did that, man. It was super dark.
And then they ended off the movie with, I guess, Joker with an Arkham Asylum with this dude and shit.
With the Riddler.
Yeah,
Could have did better with that one.
yeah. I think the laugh
better with
was
that
a
one.
little.
Yeah.
Wasn't fully there.
It was too early, man. Yeah. Let the Joker breathe a little bit,
Let
bro.
a Joker breathe.
Yeah.
Let the Joker breathe.
Nah,
Yeah,
that-
kind of. Hasn't been too early though. That Joker film came out in like what, 2019?
That's fast. You don't think that's fast for Joker?
I mean, probably,
The last Joker-
We're not gonna get
Teens-
this. We're not gonna get the next.
We're not
movie
gonna
for
get this.
another, like 3
Yeah,
movies,
we're
3
not.
years,
We're not gonna
2
get
years.
another. If they do a sequel with this same Batman, we're probably not getting that for a while. So, I mean, to tease him, I feel like if you're gonna tease him, you have to execute it better, and I just don't think it was well executed.
My nigga Wells could have done a better laugh than that, yo.
It's crazy because I don't know if you could win with that one. That's a tough one. Like, I feel like there's so much great Jokers. Like, you're always going to compare Jokers, and there's just so many great ones that, especially off of a 3-second clip, it's hard to, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Joaquin Phoenix, like, killed that shit, and, like, Heath Ledger, and everybody has ever played Joker for the most part, other than, I didn't like Jared Leto.
Nah, it wasn't even about the person who was playing it because I don't know.
We don't even see who the
He's
fuck
talking about
it
the
is.
delivery of it.
I'm saying the delivery of it. Like, I liked, and I don't want to compare it. Like, at the Dark Knight, I liked that because it was subtle. Like, they didn't really give you any context. You know what I'm saying? Like, with this one, it was kind of like, I feel like they kind of tried to force it in there, and it just didn't work well. You know, like it has nothing to do with the actor because I'm not gonna judge him off of his acting. I don't even know who.
I think that's what the problem is for me. I love the movie. That tease of the Joker, I feel like it should have been more mysterious because we see how he's gonna act the Joker somewhat. We see how he talks. We see how he laughs. I feel like it should have kept it more of a secret of like who this person was, how his mannerisms were, and stuff like that.
I do like a plug-in where you just randomly say his name, and then he has some context later on.
We shall see.
Yeah, we shall see, man. It's interesting because a lot of the characters I feel like weren't really like the Batman wasn't the one I'm used to seeing. The Riddler necessarily wasn't the same one I'm used to seeing. Like the Edward, like the one that I've seen like in Gotham and shit. The TV show, that's a completely different person. But like I felt like Catwoman and Penguin were probably the closest to like the comic characters to me.
I felt like the Riddler.
The Riddler, they bodied the Riddler.
I thought they did very well with it. It's just not the one that I was used to watching. Like the what? Like
he's more goofy.
Yeah.
This one, like I feel like this one they brought it home like as if it was real life. Like these people actually have problems.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Bruce Wayne. Like he's still going through it mentally about losing his parents and shit like that. That he was still that shit he's doing for the last 2 years. Like he said, he didn't sleep all. He was going out every night doing this vigilante shit. That takes a toll on the person's mind. And you can clearly tell something's wrong with him in that movie.
This gave me like Riddler and Hush vibes. Because I think there's like it's like a movie, an animated movie where Riddler is actually Hush. And like Hush has like all the tape on his face. That's why the more aggressive, because Hush has a more of a aggressive approach to how he handles stuff versus the Riddler. It seems like the Riddler does it with a little bit more finesse, but it seems like that's what they just incorporated with this Riddler. They made him more raw.
Word.
Interesting, man. I thought it was a really dope movie, man. Y'all let us know down in the comments if you've already seen it, what y'all thought about this Batman movie, man. This is our first watch, so I definitely plan on watching it again and seeing what I think on my second time around, man. But so far, man, I think it was really dope. But if it's your first time here, it definitely won't be your last. Make sure you kill, murder, and
smash
that subscribe button, man. We've watched all the Batman movies, so make sure you go check out all the Batman movies we have on our channel. If you want to watch them in full reactions, we got them on our Patreon, too. Keep rocking with us all 2022. It's your boy, DC.
It's your boy Wells, the Anime King.
It's Man the Myth the Maniac, Wilkinson, the Squad RT.
Patrick RT.
It's your boy City RT.
And that settles it at
the Round Table.